It's good to be able to get back here at home, have a game at home, have a night game at home. I thought we did some good things in the game. I thought we did some things we got to work on. A lot of those showed up. But when you look at the game, there was a lot of drives on both sides, offense and defense, that we had some self-defeating errors where whether there was a penalty and we kept their drive alive, or we had a penalty and it stalled some of the things with ours, and it just makes it a lot harder. It really does. I mean, even the first touchdown drive of the game, Haynes has a big run, we get called back, and we'll take a look at him on film and be able to really see what the issues are, especially some of the perimeter holding plays. Sometimes it's the back stretching the ball outside too wide. Sometimes it's guys having their hands outside and truly holding. But we'll take a look at those. It gives us good stuff to be able to look at and really make corrections on and adjustments. I thought the guys did a good job in situational football. When we got into the red zone, got into the goal line situations. Defense really they tightened up when they got down there. Offense was able to punch it in a couple of times on those, and really that we talk about the middle eight of the game where the last of the first half we were able to score, and then coming out in the second half we were able to score on those plays, and so we were able to really extend the lead there. But all in all, it was a good win. Happy for the guys. Happy to be able to play a team right down the road, and be able to enjoy it tonight and then get back to work and really clean up a lot of the things we got to clean up. So with that, open for any questions.
Okay, questions? Okay.
I'm sure you're pleased again with that defensive performance, especially in the red zone.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we're still playing through, and we've a lot of times we get bad eyes. We might be caught looking in the backfield, looking at the wrong keys with some motions and different things, and we got a lot we can work on. But yeah, you always take. We're guaranteed 12 opportunities a year to be able to play a game, and we work 365 days a year, 355, 60 days a year, preparing for these things. It's the only sport where that happens. So, you take those opportunities and you have to build on them and grow with them. I thought there were some things we did from the first game to this game that we were able to grow on, and now from this game, so like I said, we had 2 first games. It was a very unique situation in the season. Having really 2 first games almost. So, but there's a lot of things we got to clean up and work on. But we can always build on those things. It's always good to build on them after a win, for sure.
Kelly.
You had an unfortunate injury with Chad Alexander, but got a chance to see Anthony carry a little bit, and he broke off a nice long run there at the end of the game. I guess just how is it you're testing your depth a little bit running back with Trey out and getting to see some of these guys? What did you see from Anthony, and how are you feeling about your running back room right now? Yeah, I feel good. I mean, running back's position, you get banged up, and that's the nature of it, the nature of the game at that position. So, it was good to see Anthony get in there. I thought by that point we'd been running the ball. The accumulated blows over and over throughout the game started to take its course, and good to see him break off a couple of runs there, and good to see him hold on to the football. He made it real effort. Carrying the ball high and tight and holding on to it.
Rod?
Talk a little about Malik Rutherford and what kind of a weapon he can be with his speed out there.
I don't know if we have enough time to talk about Malik. He's like one of my favorite people in the world. You talk about a guy that's got energy every single day. He loves playing the game. I mean, he loves playing football. He really does. And to see him be able to get out and do so many different things. He's so versatile. Whether it's playing slot receiver, whether it's the deep balls and play action, the screens, the rounds. I mean, the different things he's able to do. He's a huge asset for us and a huge piece of what we do on offense.
Okay.
Coach, you mentioned versatility, and versatility is something that I feel like is pretty prominent on this team. I mean, you have Eric Singleton, he's taking rushes out of the backfield. He's also catching the ball very effectively. Haynes King, he can run the ball, he can throw the ball. How important is that versatility and then balance in the run and pass game to your offense? Yeah, the key to it all is being able to get guys touches. And when you have a lot of guys that are they can be explosive, and we talked about it this week, and in order to create explosives, you got to get the ball to explosive playmakers. So, we've been creative in ways to get those guys the ball.
you call a pass concept. I mean, it doesn't always dictate who it goes to. You can kind of limit it a little bit based on it, but when you have some of the different reverses and rounds and sweeps and those things, you can guarantee who's going to get the ball. And I thought Buster did a good job of spreading the ball around and getting the ball to the guys that can make plays.
We've got 2 up here, actually 3 up here, and then we'll go to the back of the room.
The defense was able to hold them in the red zone and then was also able to hold them 3 of 12 on third down. What made them successful in those situations?
That's a broad question right there. Holy cow. What made them successful? Well, they executed. And that's the whole key to defensive football is getting the call, getting aligned, right? And then being able to execute what the call is. Being in the right gaps, having doing the right thing, blitzing when you're supposed to blitz, making the right adjustments with different formations. Then third down packages, we're able to get different packages in there, be able to collapse the pocket. A couple times the quarterback got away, got free and scrambled out of there, which we got to do a better job on that, of condensing the pocket and being able to get off the block and make a play before he's able to do that. So I didn't realize you said it was 3 of 12, yeah, and then they had a couple of fourths that they went for on fourth. And again, it's a lot of teachable moments out there that we have to build on. It's early in the season, so we have to take these things. We have to understand that wins are hard to come by, right? And we're excited to get a win for sure. And we got to turn around tomorrow and be able to get these things corrected and be able to move on to the next opponent.
A couple more, or a couple more up front before we go to the back.
Coach Key, just talk a little bit about the complementary aspect of this team, right? The defense, was able to, hold them only 3 points in the first half. Then your offense gets going, 21 points unanswered. Just talk about that part, both sides of the ball playing for each other.
That's something we talk about a lot is complementary football, and special teams comes in that as well. Seems like Rodney's about a shoestring away right now from hitting a big one in the punt return game. They got too much yardage on the first kickoff that we had, but I thought we came back and Aiden put the majority of them in the out of the back of the end zone, and then I think we had one more we had a chance to make a play on. David did a good job of putting the punts where they needed to be. If it's a field position game, and that it doesn't matter what game you play. I mean, it's you get the field position is really big, and that's where the offense, defense, and special teams. I mean, I don't think I've ever been involved in a game where the first offensive drive started at the -1, and then the next offensive drive started at the +20. So, it truly was being able to complement each other and take advantage of those opportunities.
Okay, we have some in the back. What do we got? Yep.
Coach, you had talked on Tuesday about the value of the win last week, and then you were talking about as this program is winning consistently. This win tonight, what is the value in it in terms of that growth as a program?
Well, it showed consistency in winning. I mean, it did. You be able to go back to back with a win, and then that's the name of the game. I mean, you play the game to win, and but we can't always control who wins the football game, but we can control how we play on each individual play. We can control the effort we play with, control the discipline we play with. Those are the things you can control. Playing one play at a time. Have a bad play, being able to put that behind you and then move on and play the next play.
You guys had the 7 drives last week where you were able to sustain the clock. Today you were able to hit a lot of big play balls in this game. How would you speak to the versatility and the potency of this offense to be able to have that quick strike as well?
Yeah, I think we ended up having 10 total offensive drives this week. A couple of them were quick strikes. So the time of possession ended up being pretty balanced in the football game. But that's what we have to do offensively. We have to be able to utilize those guys and create those explosives because it changes the game fast.
Time for a couple more. Kelly?
You've talked a lot about your process and learning how to win, those types of things. And this is a game where you guys have struggled in the last few years. And I know that you wanted to see some resilience from your team. Kind of what did you learn about your team tonight?
Yeah, I think, really culmination of the other things I've said. We won the football game, right? We played really good at times, right? We have things we got to clean up from the game, right? But when it's all said and done, we came off the field with a win, and that's what's important. We're able to, get some new guys in the game and play them. which was good. Get those guys experience. I mean, Weston went down for part of the series, and Harrison jumps in there, and you got true freshman jumping in at center, and throws a strike right back there, and is able to go out and play. So continuing to build the depth at all those positions, so when something happens, there's not a fall off.
Back here, yep, George.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Coach, you also said earlier in practice that momentum isn't built by winning games, it's built in practice. Does that change at all by winning consecutive games?
Oh, gosh, no. Not at all. I mean, we'll there's not a coach on the staff that won't, get home and start watching that film, or actually be in their office here pretty soon and watching the film, and getting those corrections made, because we know, every day, I mean, sunrise comes up next day regardless, and sunrise comes up when you have good things and when you have bad things. All right, it's not always just the bad things. You got to be able to turn the page. You got to be able to move on. We got to be able to come out ready to go tomorrow, ready to practice tomorrow. Like I said, enjoy it today, and then restart it again tomorrow. Or is it might actually be almost tomorrow.
We'll go right here. Yep.
Coach, you gave up over 300 yards on offense. Do you have any mixed feelings just about giving up over 300 yards on offense, but still holding Georgia State to 12 points?
No, I mean, like I said, you like to say you don't give up any yards. That'd be a perfect game, right? So there's corrections to be made. There's a lot of corrections we have to make from the football game. We'll watch the tape. We'll get them done.
And how do you feel about just Santucci's defensive play calling only 2 games into the season?
I think it's been really good. Look, as coaches, you can be, I think all of us strive to be perfect and put them into the perfect call, right? And that doesn't always happen, right? But everyone has an assignment to do within the call and be able to play. And some calls, are really good for that situation, and some aren't. And we correct ourselves just as much as we correct players. All right, that's what you have to do when you're a coach. You're in a position of leadership. You have to be able to self-assess, and that's the beauty of what I believe our staff does. Is we'll come in tomorrow and we'll talk about it. We'll sit down and we'll do that. We'll self-assess and see where we can be better, see what was good, and then see how we have to attack the opponent next week.
Okay. 2 more, go right back there, and then Kelly.
Hey, Coach, obviously I know that you haven't been able to watch film yet, but what's one of the biggest points of emphasis that you guys will make before you guys make the trip up to Syracuse next week, or that you want to work on?
I don't know. I haven't watched the tape yet. Right now I could just say a bunch of things, but those are all. It's just words if I say it right now. We'll offense, defense, and special teams. We go through we have a process we go through after every game, win, lose, or draw, and we go through it and we hit on what we have to do. Tomorrow we'll have correction periods and start correcting mistakes.
Kelly, last one.
I'd say probably the best crowd since 18, maybe at least, of Georgia Tech fans specifically, and being loud. Did you feel that environment, and is it pleasing you to see the stands start to fill up?
Yeah, that's it's the energy that helps the team sustain. Being at home, that's why it's a home field advantage. I thought they were loud. I thought they were into the game. There was one time we had to make sure that when our offense was out there, let's settle down a little bit, guys. When we were backed up on the -1 that time, but no, that's what's awesome about it is seeing the fans, seeing the students. I mean, I thought the student section was unbelievable. Be able to have those people come and really, and be able to cheer those guys on.